Hey guys, Probably here today, and welcome to a speed build of a house that is going to be called the Brown Bungalow. Now, this is a really small house, which was the purpose of it. It was supposed to be a small house. It wasn't supposed to be a big house. Um, I, I, I wanted to do this house because there are barely any small, just nicely done houses. Because I know personally what I like to build. I like to build the bigger houses, the more extravagant outlet houses. But this is just a house. This is a house. That's what it's designed to be. Um, and it's a pretty common style as well. You'll see it sort of unravel as I do it. It was because I just did a quick Google search for bungalows because I knew that's what I wanted to build, but I just wanted to get a bit of inspiration. And I saw this style a lot, and I do understand that you see it everywhere. So it's a pretty common style. Um, and so it's really simple, but I think it looks really nice in the end. And it's a pretty good starting house as well. I mean, the house actually costs 70,000 when I'm done, but that's only because I put a car in it. If you take the car out, that would take out multiple thousands of dollars, so that would make it a lot cheaper. Um, so it's a pretty cheap house. I mean, I did use some premium furniture, like some expensive furniture inside the house, so that's obviously going to drive up the cost too. So if you do it unfurnished, it'll be a lot cheaper than you see it here. Now this was really quick to build as well. This only took an hour and a half in total from the start to the finish. And that's obviously because just the smaller size of it. And also that allows me to have this speed build. This is only running at 6 times. Uh, Normally the bigger speed builds I do, they run at about 8 times speed because it takes so long. If I do it any slower, it's just going to go on forever and ever and ever. So yeah, this one's a bit slower, so that's kind of nice as well because you can kind of see what I'm doing as I'm going. It's not too fast, it's not too overwhelming and that kind of thing. Now I added this little deck out the back as well. It's really similar to the one at the front. I did it because otherwise the back is really blank, and I think it just adds a really nice touch as well to the back. It's just a nice small home. There's nothing out of this world about it. There's nothing crazy about it. There's nothing silly about it, I suppose. It's just a house, like I said before. Um, but yeah, I didn't want to because I haven't done the house since before I went away to the US. So I didn't want to start coming back with a giant house because I know these speed builds. I did say a while back that the speed builds are actually going to be smaller houses from now on. More houses, kind of like this one, maybe a bit bigger, kind of like the last couple I did as well. They'll kind of be around that size, kind of more family orientated homes, and just kind of designed to actually play with. Because I know that a lot of the larger houses that are crazy modern and all over this place and out of this world crazy, I mean, while they can look really cool and be really fun, they can often be kind of annoying to actually play the game with. And it can often just, I don't, it's just not ideal. So that's why I kind of wanted to do these speed builds as a way to sort of produce houses for all of you that are really playable and feasible houses to have in your game. Don't get me wrong, I love doing big, crazy houses that are out of this world, and I'm not going to stop doing them either, but I'm just saying this series is more geared towards smaller houses from now on. I mean, from time to time, I might feel like doing a bigger, crazy house in here, so you'll probably see it. Um, but yeah, anyway, that's kind of like an overview of what's going on here. So, yeah, this is a super simple house. I mean, if you're really interested in building, I honestly suggest that you try building this house. Like, just watch what I'm doing here. Like, look at the shape of the house. It's pretty much a rectangle. That's all it is. It's just a decorated rectangle. I'm not trying to talk up my house and say it's amazing, it's out of this world, you should download mine, because it's a house. And I really think if you're interested in building, and that's why you're watching this video, I suggest that you try building this house. Just see what I'm doing and give it a go because this one is not hard. It's not complicated. It's just detailing in it that makes it not look like a flat out box, basically. I did spend a lot of time with the floor plan though. And that's something that it was kind of hard to work with because the house was so small. So that was a challenge, so you might run into that as well. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Now, that's enough actual useful chat about the house. Let's talk about something completely unrelated. So I've been playing a lot of SimCity this week, as some of you may have seen. because I did that recent 7-hour live stream on Twitch with Sim Guru Lauren and Curtis Parody. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get to here is the camera controls in that are pretty much the opposite of what they are in The Sims 3. I don't know what it is now, but when I come back to The Sims 3, I can't control the camera properly anymore. It's actually really annoying me. I don't know. It's just really really annoying me. I can't seem to rotate the camera properly anymore or do it right. I don't know what it is about it, but it certainly messed me up. But yeah, so I think this is a pretty good house. Like, it's, I don't know. Like, when I do houses like these, I'm never like complete. Like, I'm not. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, I'm happy with the result, but I just don't feel like it's that good of a house. Like, I mean, I don't see. I don't mean it like that. I mean it like, I don't know. It's hard to explain the way I feel about when I do houses like these, because I guess I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not. Not happy. I can't explain it. Hang on. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. I'm not. I don't know. As I was about to say, I'm not satisfied by it. Um, I suppose that's a good way to describe it, though. I'm not satisfied with houses like these. Like, I mean, I'm happy with the result, but it doesn't fulfill my quench for house building because it's not big enough. It's just this metaphor is this funny. It's not big enough and it's not satisfying enough. But anyway, no, that is all serious. But I mean, as funny as that, the way I said that was, it's serious. I mean, it's just not. And I get, okay, this is a better way to say it. It's not enough of a challenge to me to find it that, like, that good of a house. I think that's the problem. That's why I like doing the big houses, the big crazy houses, because they're more of a challenge. And when you finish something that's challenging to you, no matter what your level, like maybe like if this house is challenging to you, then yeah, certainly do it by all means. And if you finish a house like this, or a house, whatever house you're building, whatever you're doing in life, that is something that's challenging is always way more satisfying than something that is just easy to do that you can do in 5 minutes. I mean, obviously, this wasn't 5 minutes. I still had to do a lot of work in it, but I think you get my point. Whereas if it's something that you can do really easily and you do it all the time, and there's no challenge to it, it's kind of like, what's the point in doing it? But to me, the challenge in this house, the where I placed my challenge to myself, was kind of in. You can see, because I actually read a comment. I think it was in a live stream, and someone said that I always use the same wallpaper. And I took that note down. I noted that because I know I do. I know I always use the same one. I mean, that's because I like it. But in this house, I challenged myself to use different wallpapers and different colors in each room, and to sort of just make it different, make it a challenge, because I don't do that normally. You get so stuck in your ways when you do these kinds of things. When you're being creative, it's really hard to do the same thing. Like, really hard not to do the same thing over and over. And you can often get stuck doing the same idea over and over. And this is anything you do in life, whether it be, I don't know, writing a story or painting a picture or drawing sketches. It's hard to do something different every time. And that's where I found the challenge in this house. Because the building itself wasn't a challenge to me. That's just what I do all the time. But to me, I've said this in many videos, the actual decorating of houses is where I fall short. And I know that. And that's what I'm trying to challenge myself to do. I want to do better furnishings. I mean, as much as I do hate doing it, it's a challenge to me. That's why I don't like doing it. And if you don't challenge yourself, you don't push yourself, you're never going to get better at it. So that's why I wanted to do the different walls. And I also tried to do something a bit different with all the floors as well. Like the color scheme in this house, the wallpapers, the floors in this house, and all that kind of stuff in this house is different to what I normally do. And that, I guess, is what pleased me about this house. Not the architectural elements of it, because it's just a regular house. And that's nothing special. But it's... I mean, I did... I don't know, this bed... I always do a bedroom like this as well, with dark wood. It doesn't look good. I didn't like this bedroom, I will say that. But I was pretty happy with the other rooms. Except, okay, there's another room I wasn't happy with. The living room. It's not even a living room. It's like a living hallway. It's really bland. Because I mean the house is small. I didn't really have much room to work with. I will say the living room does fall short. I mean this bedroom isn't too bad. I mean the colors could change in the bedroom and probably look better. But the living room, I will say, is probably the thing that lets this house down. Because as you can see here, I'm playing around with the couches. I'm trying to put them in a place that doesn't completely cut off the house, like to cut off the room, because I don't know the way that room, that area there is, because it's such a big walkway. You have the hallway, you have the back door, you have the stairs down to the kitchen area. It's such a big walkway. It was hard to do a living room that doesn't cut off everything. Ah, where did that hell that come from? I heard an email sound. I don't know if you heard that. Sorry about that. But yeah, it was really hard to do that. And that's why it kind of falls short, unfortunately. I suppose that's more of a fault in the house, the size of the house, and the way I planned out the house, rather than my interior decorating skills. Though, I mean, if I was better at it, I could probably have done a better solution than the one I came up with. But nevertheless, I mean, that was the only thing that kind of I wasn't happy with in this house. I'm pretty happy with the kitchen. I mean, I probably could have done more detailing in the kitchen, like little items to decorate the kitchen itself. I was happy with the bathroom, because the bathroom, I tend to do, if you've ever used my houses, I tend to do really small bathrooms. I don't know why, but I seem to just cram everything in there in a small space. So I decided to do a bigger bathroom that has more space to walk around, which I thought was probably a better idea. I spent a lot of time choosing a dining table as well. For some reason, I just didn't seem to be a dining table that I liked. I mean, I'm not really happy with the one I placed, but it's better than all the others. I can tell you that, and it fits quite well, I suppose. So yeah, I tried to bring a bit of color into the kitchen here as well with doing the yellow on the actual dining chairs. I wanted to get a really big painting up here on the wall, but all of those seemed to like you wouldn't have a big movie poster in your house. I mean, especially not in a kitchen like that. Like, that's a pretty classy kitchen. You wouldn't have that in the kitchen. I just wanted a really big painting kind of on the wall, but they didn't really have the kind of thing I was after. I mean, I put up a large painting, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do. But I mean, that's what I went with in the end, anyways. And then in the end of this house, I'm pretty happy with the landscaping as well. I mean, it's just a bit of terrain painting and a couple of bushes here and there, but I liked it. It was simple landscaping. Like most of the houses I've been doing recently, it's all pretty simple stuff, but it's just a nice house to live in. I think it would be quite nice to just use it as a Sims house, like maybe the first house you buy in the game. Obviously, you'd have to get rid of some of the furniture because it's a bit expensive with all the furniture I put in. Yeah, like I said before, it clocks in at like $70,000. But that can be easily reduced by removing the car for one, and then probably downgrading the kitchen would help as well, because I think that's all quite expensive stuff. But we are coming to the end of the actual building portion. We'll be moving into the screenshots very shortly. And then we can see a bit more detail of the actual house and what I've done around the place. So you can see it. And we should be moving into it very shortly, just after I've done this car. Here we go. Here's the front of the house. A nice classic little bungalow house. You see those all over the place. And here's another view from the slightly to the side of it. Just a classic bungalow. It's just a really small, compact house. Really cozy, really, I think, really nice, to be honest. There's a picture of the doorway. I thought that looked nice because you could see out to the ocean, so I took a picture of it. And here's the opposite way down the hallway. This is the entrance where you can see straight through the back to the kitchen where the stairs are going down to the right. And here's down the hallway. You can see going the other way. There's the kitchen to the left and the living room to the right. Here's the kitchen. I think that looks really cool, to be honest. I don't know. I really like the look of that. It looks pretty cool. And this is the living room. This is what I wasn't happy with. I think that looks pretty lame, to be honest. But you can do your own thing there. Here's the bathroom. It's really big, actually, really spacious. I'm pretty happy with that as well. Here's a single bedroom, which could easily turn into two beds in that bedroom. Here's a master bedroom as well, which I'm pretty happy with. I liked how I finished that in the end. And here's the floor plan shot. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. I'm Leaky, and thanks for watching.